Hi, I'm Jacob Gaming, and today we will be going over my community's tips for in-game PvE and the Crucible. So, combined votes equal around 3,000, so you have 3,000 votes. So, this should carry some form of weight, I think. So, let's go over the options. So, PvE first. So, use meta loadouts, watch guides, get a Sherpa/experienced player, and play with friends. So, playing with friends, dominate it. Alright, let's go to the comment section and see what they really say. So my best tip is to keep a note or mental note of what to do and try to have as much fun as possible without ruining it for other members of the fire team. I like to act like a complete idiot until something bad actually happens, or until I have to act really serious. So I don't like this one. I think this is a good tip, kind of, but I think that I don't really know how to respond to this one. I just don't like it. First two options, if you use LFG primarily, if it's your first time doing the raid, be respectful and join a teaching run. I love this one. I love this one. Be respectful of others, like especially if you're new to it. But honestly, always be respectful for anything when you're playing in game. Use meta loadouts after watching a guide with friends, and then get a Sherpa just in case. Okay, yeah, that's probably the best one, honestly. That's probably the actual best tip right there. Probably to combine all of them together. Don't rage quit after everyone dies. Use what you're comfortable with. Just because something is meta doesn't mean you'll be effective with it. Survivability should be first priority. Your hot meta loadout doesn't work when you're dead and in a terrible position. Don't go for the res if you have to risk your life. Ads first, bros second. Oh, that's a great tip. Be comfortable with whatever you're using. There is some semblance of meta that you should probably lean towards, but don't let it consume you, for sure. Don't be pushed around by other people. Yeah, stand your ground on certain issues, I think. But also be coachable and be teachable. Don't just be stubborn, you know, all the way through, but don't let people just like push you around and tell you what to do or make you feel worse or make you belittle you, pretty much. Still be a person at the end of the day. Just a game. None. Just use what feels good to you as long as it doesn't affect the fire team's DPS too heavily. And for GMs, just use double primary if you are new. GM's perfect tip for GMs. And honestly, if it's not meta, it probably will affect the fire team DPS because you're probably not optimizing your damage if you're not running the meta. So it's kind of counterintuitive, I think, but obviously I'm a meta slave, so I don't know what to really go by for this one. So I think it's a good one though. I think it's a good tip. Hop on LFG discords and don't let people be to you. Yeah, for sure. Never let people treat you badly. If people are toxic, just leave. Find another, LFG. It's not the end of the world. Def not Dado videos. Dado vids are cool. I like Dado vids. Data videos, Astrocross videos, Fallout plays, really good. I love their channel. I love their channels. All right, so now we're gonna be going over to the PvP side of things. So let me see. Okay, best tip for Crucible. So use meta weapons, spam abilities, play with friends. Don't play it. Save your soul. I chose this one personally on my other account, but 54% chose to don't play it. So I think the serious ones should be don't play it, use meta, and probably play with friends. Spamming, not really necessary. So 25 comments. So let's go over these comments. I don't know why, but just have fun with what you like, and it just works. I run Divinity in PvP, and I can drop 30 to 20 or 20 to 30 kills in a match. That is good, actually, especially if you're not running comp or trials. And even then, in those situations, if you're comfortable with what you're using, you're probably going to outperform a lot of people that are just switching to the meta. So I love that. I love PvP. I started playing the Destiny 1 during the free to play trial. It gave me access to, I think, the Cosmodrome Strikes PvP and let me get to level 7. So pretty much all I could do was PvP. Learned to love it when my crappy level 7 weapons. Up until Rise of Iron, I didn't touch any PvE. All I did was Crucible. Now in Season of the Wish, I can't even touch Crucible without having to lock in. No such thing as a casual game for the average player. You're either really good and can make any weapon work, or you're mediocre like me and get thrashed in every single match. PvP isn't worth playing anymore, and unfortunately PvE just doesn't feel as rewarding as it needs to be. So while I majorly disagree, but I probably fall more towards the can use any weapon and make it work, I think, side. But I think for like 6v6 control, it is skill-based matchmaking. You're primarily matched with other people in your skill range, so for the most part, you shouldn't really have too bad of a problem. But maybe I'm looking at it from my lens because I can consistently drop 30, 40 kills, I think, even in the skill-based lobbies, especially if I lock in. If I lock in, I'm going crazy. But I definitely, you know, I definitely get the point of what you're saying. So have fun, for sure. Having fun is the primary objective. So make sure to have fun, and you'll probably play a lot better too, since your mind is clear. Last time I played Crucible, I almost got sent to the hospital for having a heart attack. Oh. I was in no life of the game for other activities, so Crucible was the worst for me. Sorry, I mean, I'm glad to hear that you're fine, but yeah, it's never this serious. Holy. Biggest tip is to use what you want and have fun, for sure. That is the biggest tip. Use what you want, have fun, and just enjoy playing the game. If you enjoy it, you're gonna relax and you're gonna play a lot better. It's better than being stressed and tilted. When you play stressed and tilted, that's when you play your worst. Play ones, rumble, scrims, anything that gets you in a 1v1 or 1v more scenarios. Never play scrims unless you are better at the game. Especially because it's hard to find scrims at lower, I guess, skill levels that'll actually benefit you. 1v1s against, you know, decent people, really good. I'd honestly go with rumble, especially because ones, it's kind of hard to organize a lot of 1v1s because people don't really care about 1v1s. You don't get anything from there. Scrims don't really matter anymore unless you're top tier. So rumble is the best, most convenient way to get better if you want to get better in like 1v1 situations. So yeah. In all my years of playing Destiny, day one D1 player, I've always hated Crucible and have avoided it as much as possible. My only interacts being for exotic quests or because my friends wanted to. I understand that totally. So it's a common trope that, you know, most people don't really like Crucible, but they have to get into it because of quests and whatnot. So I definitely agree with what he's saying. Use not what is universally the best, but what you yourself consider to be best for you. That's actually good. Actually, good quote. Love it. But at the same time, you should probably use what's better on the scale, kinda, if you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you're trying to be as competitive as possible, you probably do want to use what's universally at least close to the best that you like. There's kind of a balance in between both of them. Like, what you like doesn't always have to be the worst, and what you hate always isn't going to be the best. So yeah. As a PvP main of nearly 10 years, my biggest tip is to ignore PvP entirely until you become proficient with your preferred subclass and you've played most or every part of PvE, or just don't play PvP unless you absolutely have to, or you just want to see what it's like. Guaranteed 1 or 2 matches in, you will go back to PvE right quick. Alternatively, just don't play Destiny at all and jump into Helldivers. I wish I could tell you to have fun in PvP like some other comments here, but Bungie is doing a good job of fostering that fun, and instead they've made it one of, if not the most uninviting parts of the game. I don't like this comment. I mean, I don't like this comment. I get Helldivers. I watched Helldivers. I like watching it. I don't think I like playing it. So there's, I guess, some bias already against it. But no, PvP is cool. But maybe that's also me talking from a perspective of I love the game and I love PvP right now. I actually love PvP outside of like Strand. So to each their own, man. To each their own. None of the above. Play with whatever tickles your pickle, whatever you find fun. For sure. Permanent Mayhem, Sparrow Control, and other modes we love. Get rid of comp and trails. It just brings cheaters and toxic BS to the game. Cheaters will always be in the game. Toxic stuff will always be in the game no matter what you have for comp and trails because of just the community we have at this point. All I do is play Crucible. It was funner before all the 3.0 changes to subclasses, that's for sure. I like the 3.0 changes. Only play Mayhem. This is the way. True. Don't play it. It's supposed to be a dumb, fun arena shooter, but because of Bungie's name, people need to take it so seriously, so competitively. Not really. Imagine not only playing Destiny, but playing PvP in the year of our Lord. My guy, move on. That's not crazy, is it?